Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So reporter Elie Seckbach, he posted Haney's last pay-per-view, everyone's saying 50,000 K. Gervonta's last pay-per-view was 1.3 million. Elie is obviously talking about the Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight. So Ryan, he chimed in by saying, I had some good moments with you, Elie, but I am not going to have you come around any gym of mine, and I'm not answering any questions from you or any of your reporters. The way you're trying to portray that Tank on his own did those numbers is remarkable in the worst way. Let me just start by saying this. We are living in a new era of boxing. Those days of reporters just flying under the radar and boxers not paying attention to what they're saying at all are over. You're going to be held accountable for what you say. Back when Floyd Mayweather was on top and he was fighting, he had banned Elie Seckbach from his gym because all of the personal things that Elie Seckbach was saying about Floyd Mayweather, they really had nothing to do with boxing. I played the clip on a previous video, but Floyd would tell Elie to his face, "You don't even like me, so what are you doing here?" This was obviously on a day that they let Elie Seckbach in the Mayweather gym. The Haneys even took it a step further. They came out and called Elie Seckbach what he is, a racist, a culture vulture. You guys seen the recent clip where Terrence Crawford was doing a scrum, and he said he's not answering any more questions until Elie Seckbach leaves. Now, I want to talk about exactly what Elie posted, but before I talk about that, I want to reiterate the point. There was a time when racist boxing reporters, they could be as racist as they wanted to be. And boxers would be so distracted, just only focused on talking about the guys that they want to fight, that they would completely ignore what the reporters were saying about them. Once again, it is a new day. Now let's talk about this post from Elie. Elie puts up this post saying that Gervonta Tank Davis did 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, but yet he still refuses to call Gervonta the face of boxing. Now understand this, Gervonta gives Elie all of the most exclusive interviews, something Canelo does not do, but before he was saying that Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, but he refuses to say that Gervonta is. You would think with all of the exclusive interviews that Gervonta has given Elie Seckbach, Elie would go out of his way. Just like he went out of his way to say that Canelo was the face of boxing, you would expect him to do the same thing for Gervonta Tank Davis. Why do you think he's not doing that? Because Elie doesn't want to say that anyone is the face of boxing over Canelo Alvarez. Elie is the same person who said right after Canelo lost, right after he lost to Bivol, reporter Elie Seckbach, he said that Canelo is pound for pound the best fighter in the entire world. Even the rest of old media has Terrence Crawford as number one, and they all put Terrence Crawford as number one after Canelo lost to Bivol, if they didn't already have him there. So don't let these posts by Elie fool you. Elie is not a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis's. Javon is a fan of Elie's. Gervonta was the one that was inviting Elie into his limo or into his car when he was doing All Access. That was something that Gervonta wanted to do. So if Gervonta personally wants to do interviews with Elie Seckbach and Gervonta is the face of boxing, of course Elie is going to make his money. Just like Elie made it very clear that he personally does not like Devin Haney, and it really has nothing to do with boxing, but he still found a way to make money off of Devin Haney's fight against Regis Prograis by going to Regis Prograis' gym. And that's the exact reason why Floyd Mayweather had said to Elie, "You don't even like me, so what are you doing over here at my gym?" There's a difference from being a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis's and just being against Devin Haney. The personal things that Elie has said about Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford, he's never said about a fighter that is not black. Remember, guys, there's a difference from saying things that are true and cannot be refuted versus saying things that are personal and could easily be debunked. For example, when it comes to me, if you ever hear me say something on my video that hurts your feelings, I will ask you, what did I say that you disagreed with? What did I say that did not logically make sense? And when I ask that question to anyone, they can never answer it. They start deflecting and talk about other things. But see, I can tell you guys exactly what someone like Elie Seckbach has said, word for word. I can quote him and explain why this man is a racist. I could do the same thing with Max Kellerman or Chris Mannix, any of these racists. So people like Elie, Chris Mannix, and Max Kellerman, and many of the other racists in old media, they can never say to me or someone that knows what's going on, they can never ask the question, What did I say that wasn't true? What did I say that was a lie? What did I say that was biased or did not make sense? They can never ask that question because anyone would easily be able to just play two side-by-side clips of what they said about a black fighter versus a non-black fighter. Just like I told you, Elie Seckbach, he's only going to brag and talk about Gervonta's pay-per-view numbers when he's comparing them to another black fighter. He's not going to call him the face of boxing, but yet he calls Canelo Alvarez the face of boxing. And he's never compared a black fighter to a non-black fighter and justifying why this black fighter should be getting more credit than he deserves or whatever the case is. What Elie is doing with Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the oldest tricks in the book. He's using him as his black card to justify dissing other black fighters and being a racist. That's why he just randomly came out with that post to basically say, look, y'all, I have black friends. Before Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao, Elie never came out saying that Floyd Mayweather is doing way better pay-per-view numbers than Manny Pacquiao is. Once again, he called Canelo Alvarez the face of boxing and called him pound for pound the best fighter in the world right after he lost, and he's not getting exclusive interviews with Canelo. We know what time it is. Now, when Elie talks about Devin Haney's pay-per-view buys, he says everyone is saying Devin Haney did 50,000 pay-per-view buys. You're not supposed to base the comparison on what everyone is saying as a reporter. You're supposed to have a legitimate source. But once again, what does Devin Haney's pay-per-view buys have to do with him fighting against Gervonta Tank Davis? Because nobody that Gervonta Tank Davis fought did 50,000 pay-per-view buys before they fought Gervonta Tank Davis. They didn't even do 1,000 pay-per-view buys. And I want to make this very clear, guys. Devin Haney is a free agent. That means that he can work with PBC. He can go right over to Prime, Amazon. He can fight over there. So when DAZN is saying that they are willing to pay Gervonta or guarantee him more than $20 million, which means Gervonta can easily make $100 million when you include the pay-per-view buys. Al Heyman in the PBC series, they can offer Gervonta Tank Davis the same type of deal if Gervonta chose to fight against Devin Haney. So if Gervonta stands to make $100 million, regardless if it's offered by DAZN or if it's offered by Prime, Amazon, and Al Heyman, what does that have to do, once again, with Devin Haney doing 50,000 pay-per-view buys going into a Gervonta Tank Davis fight? It's completely irrelevant. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elie Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.